Welcome, Texas Ag Science teachers, to this year's LEAD experience. We know this is going to be a great opportunity for you, and hope that it excites you about attending and participating in future LEAD experiences. I look forward to seeing you then.
To the 2020 LEAD participants, I hope you have a great time. Take away everything you can. Even though it's going to be virtual and even though you're going to be watching most of it, take away what the presenters tell you. That is pouring out of their heart, and they truly are excited that you are attending, and they are truly your biggest fan. So take that away, use that as excitement for your upcoming school year, and get refreshed and renewed and ready to go for our next school year. My biggest takeaway was probably that our sponsors and our stakeholders in the Texas FFA are not just sponsors. They are our biggest cheerleaders. They want us to be successful. They want us to be the best that we can be, so that that translates to our students, and that our students can be the best they can be. The biggest thing that the Texas FFA Foundation does is build relationships. I never really knew how important that was until I stepped on that LEAD bus and spoke with Aaron Alejandro and spoke with our sponsors. It's all about building relationships, and I feel like that can trickle down in our chapters, in our communities. Building those relationships is what makes the Texas FFA great, and the FFA Foundation does an excellent job at doing so.
When you get on the LEAD bus, one of the things that you're going to be given is a resource manual. And in that resource manual, we're going to go over everything. We're going to go over board training. We're going to go over how to read financial statements, income statements, balance sheets. We're going to talk about exceptional customer service. We're going to talk about how to be a trusted advisor to your elected official. We're going to cover we're going to talk about agricultural advocacy. How do we advocate for agriculture? We're going to talk about best practices in social media and branding. All of that happens on the bus. So when we get on the bus, it is fun. Everybody gets to know everybody. And we've added a new twist. We now bring special guests that actually ride with our LEAD teachers for a few days. We've had former Congressman Bill Sarpolis, who got on and told us some FFA history and ag education history in Texas. We've had Marla Calico, the Executive Director, CEO of the International Association of Fairs and Expos. And she can give you a broad perspective on animal issues, event issues, and professional networking. Outstanding. And our teachers get that one-on-one connection. Our teachers also get to know one another. So when they get on the bus, it's not time just to take a nap. I will give them a break on occasion. But when we get on that bus, it's time to train. It's time to make ourselves better. So that on the bus time, it's valuable.
Hello, my name is Cy Cook, and I'm proud to serve as Executive Director and Chief Operations Officer for Texas Farm Bureau and affiliate companies. I've worked for this outfit about 33 years. My background is production agriculture, and I have a degree in ag education, so I know basically what you folks do for a living. I want to tell you that I appreciate the influence that you have on your students each and every day. The job of an ag science teacher is challenging. You never know when you're going to make an impact on a student. But let me tell you that one of the best instructors that I ever had at any level of my education was an ag science teacher. So I congratulate you for what you do for a living. I also congratulate you for your participation in the LEAD program. I represent Texas Farm Bureau, and our mission is to be the voice of Texas agriculture. One of the things that we can provide to you as an ag science professional is a resource that is tremendous. Texas Farm Bureau represents 205 organized county farm bureaus. We have an office in every one of those counties, and within our organization we have more than 2,000 volunteer county farm bureau leaders. These leaders are involved in agriculture, and they can be a tremendous resource to your ag science program. One of the things that I would recommend that you do is make a trip down to your local County Farm Bureau office. Meet the County Farm Bureau president and propose to them ways to involve and to work with your local County Farm Bureau. That County Farm Bureau board has a budget and they have the will to serve as a help for you to deliver the curriculum to these young students. I would far rather that we visit in person today, but we have to make the best of the circumstances that we're dealt. I want to encourage you to visit with your local County Farm Bureau and the leaders there to help you with the circumstances that you find yourself in, because you never know when you're going to make an impression on a student. Thank you for all that you've done for your students up to date, and thank you for the things that I know you will do in the future. We truly appreciate your efforts as an ag science professional. Thank you, and God bless.
My name is Philip Burnett. I teach at Fannindale High School in Ladonia, Texas, and the lead experience, I was a little bit skeptical about getting on that bus, but once I got on it, the contacts you made with the other ag teachers a lot of them I've never met before, and just the professional connections with all the FFA Foundation, with all of their, with La Moneca and Choctaw Ranch, and I mean, it was one of the best experiences of my life. I mean, it changed me as a professional and personally. I mean, I was a lot better ag teacher by going on it.
Hi, this is Greg Crouchley from Justin Boots, and I'm here to say to the ag teachers specifically, thank you so much for all that you've done and are doing to mentor all the students. And I cannot tell you how proud we are to support Texas FFA for so many years, and especially this year. But the spirit of the West, then, is learning some of those characteristic traits that help you on the path to things that become successful and hopefully satisfying, that a lot of people don't know exist, and a lot of people can't see the pathway. Like Aaron will tell you, if it wasn't for this, he's not sure he would have lived another year. The path he was on. And uncared for, really. And so Texas FFA is, for him, the best example of what I'm talking about. So, to me, the spirit of the West is much more than just like, helping your neighbor and being nice and behaving when you're supposed to and whatever. It's part of building those characteristic traits that help you over time really grow and take advantage of things, even when the community around you is not always as encouraging as it could be. Okay. We talked about the spirit of the West. We talked about the standard of the West, where you learn the character traits that carry you far into life at a very critical time. Okay? But what's in it for Justin isn't just, gee, maybe you'll buy our boots. What's in it for Justin the most important thing is this. This company has been around since when? 1879. Okay? If it's going to be around for another 140 years, it needs to evolve and change and grow, just like the students that have involved themselves with FFA, and just like every one of those teachers is trying to help those children, those students, gain that, okay? Because the truth of the matter is, a company that's been around this long really needs students who are being trained right now to follow their dreams, to develop their skills, to join up in the world, because what's in it for Justin is not just somebody's going to wear our boots. That's secondary. What's truly in it for Justin is these students are the absolute examples of the future of the people we need in Justin to help this company grow and evolve for the next maybe 100 years, but we desperately need it now. And like I finished up the speech, you can edit this out, I finished up one of the speeches to those people over there. You are on a fast track, you're moving quickly, you're learning a lot of skills, you're meeting the right people, you're making all the connections, and you're moving very quickly down that path but you can't move fast enough for us. We need you. And I finished the speech by simply saying, hurry up. But that's the truth. What's in it for Justin is what the people that you guys are part of can bring here to help this company grow and thrive and do all the philanthropic things that the company does. The sports medicine team is free medical help to everybody that's injured. The Justin Cowboy Crisis Fund provides financial support for families who've lost some income related to the sports injuries. Those are the kind of things that can continue and grow. And we have plans to grow and expand those kinds of community help that we do. Okay? And therefore we need people that have those characteristic traits finally honed and developed over years to come and work with us and for us to help transform this company into what it is in the future. That's the real reason that Texas FFA, we're proud to support Texas FFA, but also, we are also incredibly motivated by the people that we meet based on what we found with Texas FFA people, okay? And that's really the reason that it's in the best interest of Justin. It's not, how many boots can we sell next Thursday? We sell a lot of boots. I'd like that to continue. In order for that to continue, I gotta have people like what you guys are actually, well, let me look in the camera. We need people like everybody at the convention and what they're doing, what they're learning, and the passion by which they express this.
Hello, I'm Chip Tully with Prefect Ranch Equipment, coming to you today literally from the ranch. Now we're just about a half mile or so from the manufacturing facility, but to come to you from here today seemed a little bit more fitting for this group. Congratulations on being part of the 2020 lead group for this summer. Over the last few months, we've all been kind of stretched to outside of our, our normal things. If there's one group that I don't worry about adapting, stretching, and making things happen, it is definitely our ag science teachers. We appreciate the role that we get to play to help support y'all doing what y'all do. That next generation is so important to us, and y'all are getting to not just touch their lives, but literally set them on a path so that they can take care of problems that we're not even aware of yet. So thank you so much for what you do. So as we continue on, remember who we are and what our role is. And I'm going to use a term that I don't like. But as we figure out what our new normal is together, the new normal may not be a bad thing. As we step up as companies and as individuals and we're helping that next generation, let's make our new normal better than anything we used to have. It doesn't have to be a change of less, it can be a change of more. And I know what y'all do on a daily basis, and we sure appreciate those efforts. We love what you do, and we love you for doing it. So let us know if we can ever support you in any way. Thank you.
So let me tell you a little bit about Cinnamon Creek Ranch. We discovered Cinnamon Creek Ranch through our friends at Prefect. And as we got more familiar with Cinnamon Creek Ranch, we said, hey, this would be a great location to bring our teachers. 80+ acres, one of the largest archery facilities in the United States, one of the largest wild game processing facilities in the United States. Expertise in event planning, hosting major brands like Mercedes-Benz and Facebook. We got to know Joe Mazzacchio and his wife Nola, who own Cinnamon Creek Ranch. We now use Cinnamon Creek Ranch as the kickoff to the first night of the LEAD experience. Bring in 36 teachers, and then we invite a lot of guests. CEOs, elected officials, stakeholders, former members, past state officers, and it gets fun. I said it's the largest archery facility in the state of Texas. So what we do is we put our CEOs and pair them with like 3 ag teachers. So those 3 ag teachers and that CEO form a team. And we have brackets, kind of like the college basketball championship. And we have brackets and we whittle it down till we ultimately have a winner. But it's a chance for our teachers to get to know the important people that help behind the scenes make the foundation strong, that make education strong. And it also gives our sponsors, our stakeholders, and our elected officials a chance to really get to know our teachers, to spend some quality time with them, kind of one-on-one, and ask, what can I do to help you in the classroom? So I'll tell you that Cinnamon Creek Ranch is a great place to have a good time. It's a great place to build a lot of good teamwork. On a personal note, my wife and I, we like to go out there for Couples by the Creek. It's an event they have once a month, and it's a chance to gather with friends and just enjoy an evening with a 5-course meal. They do birthday parties. They've got outdoor 83 acres. I mean, you can shoot outdoor 3D targets. They got an incredible pro shop. Just a very unique venue. Can't think of a better place to kick off our lead and our team building on the first night than at Cinnamon Creek Ranch.
My name is Stan Ray. I'm the Chief Administrative Officer for the Farm Credit Bank of Texas in Austin. And it's always a pleasure for me to participate in and support the annual lead experience, because it gives me the opportunity to get in front of some of my favorite people and remind them of the important role they play, not just in terms of ag education, but in terms of the impact they have on the lives of so many people, and the impact they can have on the public policy making process in Austin and beyond. As a former FFA member, I always held my ag teacher in high esteem, and in fact, if you're like me and you've ever forgotten your password, you typically have to verify your identity and answer a few security questions, one of which is often, who is your favorite teacher? And for me, the answer to that question has always been the name of my high school ag teacher. He was that all-knowing person in my life who conducted himself with dignity and professionalism, and he gave me experiences of travel and competition and skill development and opportunities for success, created an environment and a culture that allowed me to be and do the best I could, and all of that was just very impactful on a small town kid. I went on to serve as a state officer in the early 80s, and that then led to opportunities in college and in my career, and I can just tie all of that back to my ag teacher, to his influence, to his leadership, and to his example. And there were others as well, but he's certainly on the list. Now, I've never been an ag teacher, but the impression I get sometimes is that it can be a thankless job, and I know there's times when you get discouraged because you don't have enough resources, you don't have enough support, you don't have enough time. And some of you may feel underappreciated and underpaid and always under the gun. But I just hope that in the midst of all of that, you're mindful of the tremendous lifelong impact that you can have on so many people. And that one day your students will be using your name as the answer to their password security question. The other thing I always like to share with ag teachers is there's a lot of great organizations that we could support with our corporate sponsorship. So we have to be selective and zero in on those where we feel like it's the best fit because of what we do and our marketplace, and where we get the most bang for our buck, and where we can have the greatest impact. And Farm Credit supports the Texas FFA because it's the answer to all of those things. We know that the experiences these kids are having, the relationships they're developing along the way, the skills they're developing as a member of this organization, help prepare them and position them well to be members of our team in the future, or leaders in the ag industry and in their local community. But regardless of what they go on and do in life, their chances of success are greater because of their involvement in this organization. And we're proud to be a part of that. We're proud to support that, and we're proud of our affiliation with the Texas FFA. We, again, thank you for all you do and the impact you have, the important role you play, and we look forward to seeing you next time.